Welcome back to another video, everyone. Anna's gone off for a well-deserved spa day with a best friend, so I've gone rogue. Those of you that watched the last week's vlog with the antique fair at Cancons, you'll know that we left it on a bit of a cliff edge. Will we buy those kind of cone-shaped lights, or will we go with our kind of backup option? I was in agreement with a few of you in the comments that actually they looked a bit IKEA, and although they were a really good Spanish brand, just wasn't what we were looking for. So let me show you what we're up to today. I've been preparing, of course, most of you'll know what it is now. I've been preparing, so I've shown you that. We have a chandelier that's been in stock for a while at the Passion Project, and it needs cleaning badly, so we just left it. But here is what we've decided to use in our kitchen. It doesn't look too bad on video, but it is really grimy. Let me try and show you a little bit of the grime. You can see not sparkling at all, looking pretty dusty and grimy. And basically my task today, whilst Anna's away, is to get this cleaned up. I've not counted the drops, but there are a lot. I've counted the light fittings, and there's 20 light fittings, plus one extra bulb just there in the middle. There we go, you can see it just there. Before we go any further, before we even start cleaning, the very first thing to do is to check that the electrics work on it and that it's safe, and so there's no, it's not live, basically, the metal work, because although it's going to be high, and I'll show you in a second where it's going to be, there's always the chance that somebody could have the light on and touch the metal work and get an electric shock if it's live. So let's check. Okay, moment of truth. My God, that's the first time ever we've got a chandelier and every single bulb is working. I can't believe it. And they're even old bulbs too, so, oh, I spoke too soon. Let me show you. That light bulb there is not working. But all these old bulbs are working and starting to smell to high heaven because they're full of dust, and they're the old, is it iridescent light bulbs? So they heat up a lot, and so all of that rust and dust and whatnot is starting to smell a bit. Please don't comment on the state of my chain. It was all I could find in the outbuilding, and so I need to get a brass chain for it. But I'm really happy with that. Let's check if it's safe. So here on this little extension, I have the earth that's showing because I'm only using the phase and the neutral. So I've got the earth there. That's going to be very useful for testing to see whether there's the metal work on the light is actually live or not. It shouldn't be, obviously, but so we've got it on AC, this little multimeter, and I'm touching the earth down the bottom. You just have to take my word for that. And here, 0. So that means there is no current between the metalwork and the earth, which means it's not live and we're ready to go. So what I did this morning in preparation was really just to check all the drops, see where we're at with the drops. I was like 95% sure that everything was there. Of course, there's always a few missing and a few broken. So all of these drops are off, and the big drops are actually in good condition. They've just come off. These are little metal pieces I was talking about, if you can see in my hand. And basically, they need to go back on. Some are missing the metal bits. We're missing 5 of these little tiny drops too. So yeah, I've ordered all of that. And they're generally, I think really only a few that are missing are all down the bottom. So yeah, we've got a few drops to put on and some metal work to put on as well. But that can be done, I think, hopefully start of next week if we get them through early enough. This actual chandelier, I'll show you where it's going now. So please excuse any mess. We are a young family and doing lots of work, but you can see this is what I was talking about, that kind of throwaway job of a light, because it's all built-in LEDs. It was kind of cool a few years ago, but I don't know whether you can spot on camera, it's only the top ring that's working. In fact, when we actually got it, the middle ring didn't work anyway. But yeah, the top ring's been flashing a little bit, which kind of means it's on its way out. So yeah, I think that should be a really nice place for that chandelier. So this is the first time I'm cleaning a chandelier of this kind of scale, where if I was taking everything off and cleaning it, put it back on, it would take forever. I'm probably going to get slated in the comments for doing this, but you know what, my time, you know, I don't have enough time in the day, so I'm just going to do the quickest, hopefully most productive way of cleaning this chandelier up, and that is using a spray. Basically, this is the crystal chandelier cleaning spray. I'm pretty sure it's not meant for the metalwork, but I'll try and get the least amount on the metalwork, or see how it goes first. If it doesn't attack the kind of gold on the metal, then I'll just whap it all over the metalwork too. If it's good enough for the crystal, it's good enough for the metal. And then there we go. Pause the video, pop in the comments how I'm going to completely ruin this chandelier and how it's the wrong thing to do. You can do that, it's no problem. I'm sure it is the wrong thing to do. But you know what? I don't have the time. And so I'm going to give it a test in a second, show you the test, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've done a test. This one here is as it was, pretty darn gloomy. Now, I've only sprayed once, but can you see that metal's shining nice and neatly? There's no greening. Doesn't seem to be attacking the metal. I don't think the metal's going to get attacked anyway. I think it's too strong. And then the drop, it's clean. It's not 100% yet, but it's cleaner. And so I think we're going to go with that. Yeah, really happy with that, because I only sprayed a little bit of that kind of cleaner on, and it cleaned up really nicely the crystal and even the metalwork. There was no kind of greening of the metalwork or anything, and yeah, it's probably going to need a couple of goes over, but literally a minute I spent on that, if that. So we're going to do a time lapse of spraying it all on. I have left the old light bulbs in. Now that's been done on purpose, because when I was reading the instructions, it said about electrical connectors and things like that. And I thought, well, you know what? The easiest way to protect those electrical connectors is to leave something filling the hole where the candle bulb would go. I have ordered some new ones, some really nice looking ones. They're coming soon. And so they're going to replace these iridescent bulbs. I hope that's the right word. Okay, we're going to get going on the time lapse. I'm going to need two hands, so I'm going to pop this down for a time lapse. Okay, so that didn't take too long. In real time, that was about 16 minutes, 3 bottles of that product. I bought that product a long time ago, so thankfully I haven't got a clue how much it costs. I probably wouldn't have gone so brazen with it if I knew, because I think it might have been expensive. But from here, I can see it's starting to look the part. I think it is. Like I said, it's going to need a second coat or second spraying, mainly on the little cups there that hold the lights in place as such. Yeah, I'm happy so far. So I can hear some of you asking, how much did we pay for that? Now, don't cheat. Put in the comments what you think we paid for it. We bought it about 2021, I think, or 2021, something like that. So nearly 5 years ago, but it's 20 bulb, flame bulbs, and then a normal bulb. And there's a lot of crystal on it. It's not plastic, like it's brass or bronze, the actual framework of it. I'm not that great on seeing the difference between the two. It's very heavy. But what do you think? Yeah, what do you think we paid for that? So I've checked in on top of here, and that was gathering quite a bit of dust before. And you can see on top of these, it's got still a little bit dusty. So what I'm going to do is any spots I can see a little bit of kind of grime build up. Don't know whether you can see that. I'm going to give it a quick clean off, and I think I'm going to clean these little dishes, just dry them off as such, but it should get rid of any grime in there. And then when I come to spray it again, it should be able to nuke it. But already it is looking fabulous. So earlier on, when I was kind of messing around with the electrics, getting them connected up, this big buckle of chain up top fell onto the top of it, and it scared the hell out of me. I thought the whole lot was going to fall on the floor. Okay, yeah, you can see quite a bit of grime. I think this might have been in a smoker's room. Just has that kind of tinge to it, and the fact that it's taken a bit more to get it off with this product, I think that's what's happened. Tar build up in it, not just dust. You can see. I just thought I'd show you the difference between cleaned with the kind of paper towel and not. So it is making a huge difference. I'm not so happy about how this first kind of cleaning has turned out, in respect that the bottoms are quite clean, but up here still very dirty. But it was a very dirty light. So let's give it another clean, finish off those trays and those little saucers, and then I'll give it another clean. Before I give it that second clean, I will put you out of your misery. We paid 500 euros for this light. I think it's a bargain when you see the prices at Bordeaux Cancons. I think we'd have been into the 2000 mark at least. Cleaned up, obviously, but we did buy it in a mess. It stayed in a mess, but we're going to finish cleaning it up now. Well, I'm going to finish cleaning it up now, and it should be worth a lot of money when it's finished. The second cleaning isn't going well. Well, wasn't going well. I have decided that it's so grimy it warrants a microfiber cloth. So I'm spraying and then cleaning with a microfiber cloth. It's actually not as bad as I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be really laborious. It's going quite quick. So I'm just going to get on with that, finish it off quick, and then show you the finished product. A little bit of dirt down the bottom there, but wow. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. Look at those. Just gleaming, not even lit up and gleaming. Oh my God, is it looking stunning now, that chandelier? Also, just before I was going to go pick the kids up, I got a little ding on my telephone to let me know that a parcel had arrived. And you know what it is? It's the light bulbs. So I'll pop those in as well. So I'm going to give you a nice little reveal. We're missing one bulb, which is the kind of bulbous bulb rather than the candle bulb. That comes tomorrow, but I can fit that later. Let's have a look, see what it looks like. So you can already see it gleaming without even any bulbs on. Look at those. The whole thing is just gleaming. And look at those beautiful bulbs. Let's plug it in and show you what it looks like. So just to remind you, this is what the old light fitting is looking like. Pretty dull and cold white and modern-y looking. And here is the chandelier. Of course, it's not very easy to get a good shot of it, but wow. It's warm. And you can just about see all those drops sparkling in the light. Before we go across to the Passion Project for a word from today's sponsor, Anna's just got back, so let's get a reaction off Anna. Anna, is that you?
Yeah.
Come in, I've got a surprise for you.
Okay. Wow. You have been busy. That is looking spectacular. Wow. Where did you find the bulbs?
Oh, they came like half an hour ago.
Oh my goodness, and you've cleaned it all. It's looking spectacular. Wow. I can't wait for it to be up, Ed.
Oh, well, we'll get it up next time.
Yeah.
There we go, a job well done. It took quite a bit of time, but it was well worth it. We're going to nip over now to the Passion Project for a little word from the sponsor of today's video, Aiper. So we've been having a bit of an issue here at the Passion Project. Also, we've had tourists, of course. I've been kind of a little bit on edge because we have a pool that needs to be kept clean, and unfortunately, as you can see, we have this trip hazard created by the robot that we have in the pool, and it's actually gone as far as actually pulling on the plug a little bit. So somebody has actually tripped over this, and today's sponsor are actually going to get rid of this for me, and I'll be able to sleep clearly at night time. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's a wired pool robot, kind of did okay, but as we were kind of sponsored 2 years ago by Aiper, we've kind of been spoilt at the chateau, and kind of here we've been lacking a little bit, haven't we, Anna?
Yes, we have.
So basically, with this pool robot, we won't have any trip hazards anymore because it has a little charging dock. It's really smart. It's got these two little kind of connectors there, so that when we put the pool robot on the stand, it charges. It's actually wireless, this Aiper, and I'll put you all out your misery. I shall show you what we've got. We've got an Aiper Scuba X1. If you can remember back at the chateau, it was an S1 Pro that we got there. This is just a little bit more technologically advanced, we'll say. So I'm really, really excited to test this product out. I'm a huge fan of Aiper, and as you guys know, I don't promote brands that I don't, you know, test and actually love myself. And I do love Aiper products. I know it's going to do an amazing job on the pool in the state that it's in. Let's go over to the pool. So, of course, most robots will clean up the leaves in a given time. But another problem I was having with the old robot was that I'd have to keep putting it on and on and on again to get all those leaves out. I know that with this brand Aiper, you don't have that problem. You put it on, it covers the pool once, Maybe if it's really bad, you have to put it on again. So yeah, I'll know that all the leaves will come up, but I'm hoping, and I'm pretty sure with this technology they have here, that it'll kind of get rid of this algae on the sides as well. It's quite thick now, but in season we still get a little bit of algae now and again, and I think this will be a huge change for us. Instead of every week me having to come out with a brush and brush that little bit of algae that's on, because we can't have that as a rental property, this should do the job for me. So with it being a smart robot, it means that it's connected to the Wi-Fi and it'll update, and you just go on the app and update it every so often. Of course you can set it off from the app, but it hasn't got legs, so it's not going to get from your charger to the pool on its own. But then again, it's no hardship because, you know, actually cleaning a pool is a really long task. Without further ado, let's get it in and show you it working. I'm going to put it on walls and floor, and we'll get it going. Anna?
Yes, Ed?
You need to come over here and get a close-up. There's a little bit of algae everywhere in this pool, and we just literally put it in, and it's done one line, and you can see exactly where it's been because it's taken the algae off.
I'm on my way.
That's a win-win in my book.
I can see the line, Ed.
Yeah. That's pretty strong suction it's got there. So what it's actually doing now is it's mapping out the pool. Obviously it can't take a photo straight off, but look at it cleaning up top as well. You might be wondering why we're promoting, why Aiper are promoting their pool product now, but it's because just around the corner we've got Black Friday, and they're really kind. They want to share their discounts with you. So of course we've got links in the description where you can get additional discounts because you're Bordeaux lifers. And yeah, I suppose if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's coming up to summer season, so you're going to be in the same situation as us, that first kind of clean of the year. And you know, if you kind of had enough of that, then you know where to go for a robot. I've just been told there's something called Cyber Monday too. I got told off by my producer editor behind the camera there. Yeah, so we do the Cyber Monday too. But yeah, it's amazing product. We're going to kind of show you how it's got on within the first, I don't know, half an hour, something like that. And yeah, I can fully endorse this product.
You're right, Ed. Behind every successful man,
Yes.
There's a woman telling him what to do.
And a Scuba X1.
Oh yes. What are you up to, Ed?
I could hear you asking that question in your head, Anna. Well, Aiper have also sent us a Surfer S2, and pretty much the same as the Surfer S1, but a little bit cleverer again. Basically, it's for the leaves and things on top. They've kind of evolved as well. They obviously see that sometimes it'll get snagged on the skimmer boxes, and so they send this with it. To be honest, I think it's great that they do things like this. It means they kind of care about the product, but in my experience, it'll just get like stuck on it for a minute or two and then move on after. So it's no hardship, but I can understand them putting that in. But
Look at you, 2 toys in one.
yeah, of course, I'm not gonna, with it being a rental property, I won't be leaving this for the renters to touch. But on a changeover, or when we come to clean the pool, or you know, set the robot going, I'll just pop this in for a little while. Of course you have skimmers, but this is just keeping it a lot cleaner still. Very useful tool.
Especially with the trees.
Yeah, I mean, on a changeover, often enough you see me out here scooping up the extra leaves, so we just come along, we pop that in. It's got a solar panel on the top, so it charges itself in the sun. But yeah, it's something I think I'd use more myself, and I'd be worried that kind of tenants would mess with it, to be fair. So come back to the passion project to have a look, see how the Aiper has done in the pool. Won't lie to you, we put it on twice. We didn't realise how dirty the pool was. It came up the first time with a lot of leaves. We'll pull it out in a second and see how it's gone on. Also, it has been really bad weather for a good few days there. You can see, I'll show you the leaves around the pool, but I think it's done a really good job. Let's have a look. So here you can see all the leaves and debris around the pool, and I think it's done quite a good job for two goes, really. I don't think you can expect much more. And yeah, you can see little bits of debris here and there, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually blown in the last couple of days, to be fair. And of course the surf is doing quite well up top as well. It's not been particularly sunny, so that's done quite well to keep going, really. So it must have quite a big battery in there. And there it is down here. Let's pull it out and have another look at how dirty that basket is for the second clean. I was struggling with one hand there, but you can see full of kind of lots of leaves and this kind of mush on the material. And let me get it out. There we go. So yeah, kind of mush on the material, which means that all of that would have gone back in the pool if it was in a net. So yeah, pretty darn good technology on that. Kind of, well, I won't call it a net because it's not. So container, the debris container, really happy with that. So there you go, great product. If you enjoyed today's vlog, please give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to give us a bit of hype, it really helps. Yeah, next week we will be, next vlog, we will be popping that chandelier up in our kitchen, which is going to be a bit of a task. See you all next time.